Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Mina every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share it with your friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Jaydev joins me in this session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers.
In a very horrifying and heartbreaking news, CEO of 46 Assam Rifles, Colonel Viplab Tripathi, his wife and 8-year-old son were killed along with 4 brave soldiers in a terrorist attack on a convoy in Manipur. Om Shanti to their souls. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday condemned the attack on the Assam Rifles convoy in Manipur, in which over 6 people were killed. Taking to his official Twitter handle, PM Modi paid homage to the deceased and vowed that their sacrifice will never be forgotten. My thoughts are with the bereaved families in this hour of sadness, the Prime Minister added. The statement of Narendra Modi comes moments after the Assam Rifles confirmed that 5 soldiers, including Colonel Viplav Tripathi, commanding officer of 46 Assam Rifles, have made the supreme sacrifice in the line of duty. The parliamentary force had further informed that the family of the commanding officer, wife, and child also lost their lives in this incident. It's very unfortunate, and I strongly condemn the cowardly act on the officers, including that of the wife and child of the colonel. Chief Minister of Manipur, N. Biren Singh, said in an official conversation with the media. The CM further stated that he'll be visiting the hospital where injured personnel are admitted. Now, here's one news that makes you really sad, and it makes you also hate Pakistan all the more because they are such cowards. They can't come face to face and fight the army, and they use such tactics. So whatever lesson India teaches Pakistan is well deserved. Another small piece of news is that Yogi Adityanath drops a big hint. He says, will Azamgarh be renamed Aryan Khan? Says foundation stone is going to be laid of a university that will establish the place is Aryan Ghar. So this is something a small piece of good news. Meanwhile, we all know about what Rahul Gandhi speaks, and he's always the kind of person who makes everybody laugh because he hardly does any research. He has absolutely no knowledge. Okay. One more incident is where, he talks about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva had swallowed the entire universe. Janudhari Rahul Gandhi misquotes Hindu scriptures after saying he has read the Upanishads. While the Puranas say that the Lord Shiva had consumed the poison emerged during the churning of the ocean to protect the universe from the poison, Rahul Gandhi claims Shiva had swallowed the universe. Rahul Gandhi addressed the party workers through a video conference today on the occasion of the launch of Congress Party's digital campaign, Jan Jagran Abhiyan. In his address, he advised the party workers to attack BJP, saying that the party follows Hindutva ideology, which is different from Hinduism. Now, either he's smoking something else, we don't know. Anyway, however, as always, the Kerala MP made a goof up in his address as he distorted a well-known story from the Puranas regarding Lord Shiva. However, he massively misquoted Hindu Puranas when he claimed that Shiva had swallowed the universe because Lord Shiva had swallowed poison with the potential to destroy the entire universe. He didn't swallow the entire universe. Shiva drinking poison is one of the most well-known stories from the Hindu texts, and it is ironic that Rahul Gandhi misquoted such a well-known story. The incident is from the story of Samudra Manthan, the churning of the ocean of milk to obtain Amrita, nectar, which has been narrated in Bhagavata Purana and Vishnu Purana. According to the story, when the Devas and the Asuras had come together to jointly churn the ocean for the nectar of immortality, lots of other things had appeared before the nectar. One of them was lethal poison named Hala, which was so powerful that it could destroy the entire creation. To protect the 3 worlds, Lord Shiva consumed the poison. It had turned his neck, which is the reason it had turned his neck into blue, color, which is the reason why he's also known as Nilakanta, where Nila means blue and Kanta means throat in Sanskrit. This story is also part of Vishnu's 10 avatars, as he had taken the form of a turtle to keep the Mount Mandara in place on the ocean bed, which was used to churn the ocean. Now, Rahul Gandhi's misquoting the Samudra Manthan story is even more ironic because just minutes ago he had claimed that he had read Hindu texts. While claiming that Hindutva allows to harm innocents, but Hinduism does not, he had said that he had read the Upanishads and other texts, and nowhere it is mentioned that people from other religions can be harmed. Giving an analogy from Hindu mythology, Rahul Gandhi said that Lord Shiva had swallowed the entire universe. While concluding his address, he said, like Shivji had swallowed the entire universe, the ideology of Congress will swallow the ideology of BJP. You will not even know. You will not know, and it will disappear. And that hatred that is being spread today will disappear, and the future that can't be seen today will become visible. Now, this is from a party where we've already exposed what has happened to Rajiv Shukla, and cricketers, what they did to one of the Don's wives. Rape has been running in their legacy. Never forget the fate of Sukanya Devi, the lady who was gang raped and her whole family was made to disappear. I hope you remember that. Okay, moving on to you, Jay.
Yeah, one more thing is that BJP would like Rahul Gandhi to be in power for as long as possible, so that they don't have to worry about winning the election with a huge majority, whatever may be the situation.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
right.
coming to Aryan Khan was quizzed till midnight by the SIT on drugs, and he marked his attendance, as you know, earlier in South Mumbai office of NCB. He appeared before the SIT headed by NCB Deputy Director General Sanjay Kumar Singh in Mumbai, and he was quizzed till from early evening till almost midnight. Now, according to top sources, Aryan was questioned at the RAF office in Navi Mumbai, and after leaving the zonal office for his court-mandated appearance, he headed to Navi Mumbai. Now, he was questioned about the circumstances under which he boarded a cruise, his links to drug suppliers, and about his peer group and their drug-related habits and preferences. Now, Yaneshwar Singh, NCB DDG, said, our investigation is on and we are giving it the highest priority. We want to conclude it at the earliest. We are yet to include some key people into the investigation. So when the Singh says that we are yet to include some key people into the investigation, so who are these key people? We wonder, is it like someone like Ananya Pandey, who is quite obvious in the WhatsApp chats, or is it someone someone even bigger, like some big fish in the international drug cartel? Now, Aryan is said to have also been grilled on the circumstances the previous probe team led by Samir Wankhede, as how he was treated in custody to gauge if he or his family were forced to pay a bribe. Now, the SIT's list of questions for Aryan included details of his plan and how he got to know about cruise and his travel route. Also, if he had planned to do drugs on board the vessel or the drugs were provided on board. Now, sources said that Aryan was also given the option to, all the drug to explain all the situation in the cruise. And records show that no contraband was found on Aryan's person during the raid. Among the host of questions was also his WhatsApp chats that were famously cited by Wankhede's team in court while opposing his bail. The NCB had used the transcripts of Aryan's WhatsApp chats to allege that he was part of an international drug peddling ring and also a part of a larger conspiracy. Touching upon the extortion angle, the team is said to have asked Aryan about how he was treated in custody, given that, according to witness statements, his parents had refused to give in to demands of crores in bribe money in exchange for his release. Samir, who is facing a probe himself on charges of extortion, was not part of the team that questioned Aryan on Friday. Now, the SIT is probing at least 6 cases, including the drug cruise case. Now, NCB had raided a cruise ship off Mumbai, as you know, and this is the latest with regards to the Aryan Khan case. So, yeah,
Yeah. Here
back to
I'd
you.
just like to quote what Maya has written. It's very amusing. Maya has written, Halala was not quoted by Rahul. He must have got confused it to Halal of Islam. Very well said, Maya. I just could not control myself when I saw your comment. So, yeah, and Shireen says 7 hours of grilling of Bacha indicates NCB has some aces up its sleeve. I love the fact that you always speak the truth. Thank you, Victoria. The riots and tense situation in Amaravati is very dangerous since the MV is keen in making Maharashtra into another Bengal. Any state, in fact, Maya, look at Kerala. See, it's becoming so terrible for any other people to, like non-Hindus to go there. It's becoming so difficult. And I'll also talk about a movie which is being misinterpreted towards the end to appease these people. So well said, Maya. Okay, back to the SIT is probing at least 6 cases, including the drugs on cruise case. The NCB had raided a cruise ship off the Mumbai coast on October 2 and claimed to have seized drugs. Aryan and several others were held during the raid. The team arrived in Mumbai from Delhi last week and had recorded statements of some important witnesses, including Prabhakar Sale, who has made allegations of an extortion attempt against NCB officials. Prabhakar Sale lying about a call between Kiran Gosavi and Samir Wankhede, says the NCB sources. Independent witnesses Prabhakar Sale's claims of an alleged call between Kiran Gosavi and NCB Zonal Director Samir Wankhede on the night of the Mumbai cruise drugs bust are completely false and baseless, sources in the anti-drugs agency told media. NCB sources asserted that there was never any call between Gosavi and Wankhede on the night of October 2nd, when the agency raided the Cordelia cruise ship and detained actor Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan. So that's a very good piece of news. Had there been a call between the two, it would have been reflected in Wankhede's CDR, which is called detailed record, and the Mumbai police SIT or the NCB vigilance team would have found it, the sources pointed out. Sale had claimed in an exclusive interview with the media, that is India Today, that he had seen Gosavi receiving a call from Wankhede, during which Gosavi had allegedly said that talks regarding a deal was going on. Now, I wonder why all these people choose this channel. For example, Riya Chakravarti, now this guy, Gosavi, Sahil speaking about Gosavi receiving a call from Wankhede. India Today seems to be much too friendly a channel for these people, it seems. Anyway,
I think
sources from the
India Today is the perfect channel to launch new witnesses, to frame, innocent, honest officers.
absolutely, like Samir Wankhede.
Like how Karan Johar launches new talent in Bollywood. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sources from the NCB also pointed out that the claim made by Sahil that Gosavi had asked him to call his number while he was meeting Pooja Dadlani and that he had saved Sale's number under the name Samir Wankhede points to the fact that Sale himself was somehow involved with Gosavi and did as instructed by him. Sale's allegations have been termed frivolous by officials privy to the cruise drugs case, who said he was making up stories every now and then to malign the NCB and Wankhede. There is also suspicion that Sale was doing all this on the behest of someone. The claim by Sale that Aryan Khan was seated in a chair separately from other accused who were made to sit on the floor had been termed as fake. Look at the number of fake things that are coming out. The justification provided by the NCB sources is that the video shot by Sale himself shows several other accused people sitting on chairs besides and in front of Aryan Khan in the same area. Sale has been questioned by the NCB's vigilance team twice, and once by NCB Operations SIT, which has taken over the cruise drugs bus case. He has also given the statement to the Mumbai Police SIT. Advocate Hemant Ingle, representing Sale, said that they will cooperate with all the agencies investigating the allegations made by Sale and will appear whenever called through official channels. Yeah, back to you, Jen.
Yeah. So now HC, the Bombay High Court, points to interpolation in Samir Wankade's birth certificate as tweeted by Nawab Malik. So the Bombay High Court on Friday reserved its order on interim relief sought by NCB officer Samir Wankade's father in a defamation suit against Nawab Malik. So the Bombay High Court on Friday reserved its order on the interim relief sought by NCB officer Samir's father Nyande in a defamation suit against Nawab Malik. Now, advocate Arshad Sheikh, appearing for Wankhede, placed various documents before the court to prove that Samir's father is a Hindu and not a Muslim, as claimed by Nawab Malik. Now, Wankhade's father filed an affidavit listing out 28 documents to establish that his name was Nyandev and not Dawood, as alleged by the NCP leader. While referring to Malik's tweet on Samir Wankhade's birth certificate, Sheikh said, should he not show how he reasonably verified a photocopy of the birth certificate before tarnishing my reputation? Even if the birth certificate ought to be true, you knew Dawood's name was rectified in it as Nyandev in the corner of the same document. So, of all the documents, you just take one single document. What surprises me in the certificate is that everywhere names are in different writing. Samir is in caps lock. Justice Jamdar asked Advocate Atul Damle, appearing for Malik, about interpolation in the birth certificate, questioning the difference in handwriting of Samir and Muslim. You are a member of assembly, cabinet minister, and a spokesperson of a political party. You should be more careful, said Jamdar. While arguing his case, Damle referred to Samir Wankhade's Nikah and birth certificate. The documents prima facie indicate that the plaintiff's name is Dawood, and I have taken due precaution. Damle read out Subramanian Swami judgment on the exceptions under Section 499, defamation of the IPC. Justice Jamdar pointed out that if in the BMC certificate prima facie some interpolations are seen, then it can be said that it was tweeted after due care and attention. Verification has a different meaning for a layman, a journalist, and for an advocate. But the level of verification from a person who is an MLA should be of utmost grade, he said. Advocate Sheikh also mentioned that the photo of Samir Wankhede, which according to Malik's tweet was taken in Dubai. Sheikh said that the photo was of an airport launch. If I went to Dubai, would the passport authorities here not have any details of my trip? Did you find out from the authorities who issued visa? They didn't verify from my employers. My trip was to Maldives and not Dubai. Nyandev Wankhede filed an affidavit on Friday in which he submitted a list of documents which include caste certificate from 2008 to prove that he is from the Mahar community and documents of his son Samir and daughter Yasmin. It also includes an affidavit by Nyandev Wankhade's wife before she passed away, stating that she converted to Hinduism after the marriage. So yeah, so Nawab Malik is shooting his own foot.
Somebody here is saying that they call him Kebab Malik.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, going back to the case that we mentioned yesterday, the IPL muck, where the woman accuses cricketer Hardik Pandya, Congress leader Rajiv Shukla of rape. Police say no FIR lodged and no evidence found yet. Now, see, I'd like to read out something to you. So it's fairly explicit. So depending on whether you don't mind hearing it. So this is from the wife. She's written, met Munaf Patel in a continental hotel, and there also I was forced to have sexual relationship with Mr. Munaf. Hotel, her English is quite broken, so hotel leaving no way to escape, and I'd been put into a continuous threat of danger to the life of my both sons. I say that thereafter I was also forced to sleep with Mr. Hardik Pandya in a hotel known as Trident. There also, the sexual act was committed by Mr. Hardik Pandya and his two friends who were fully drunk, and they committed all types of unnatural sexual activities, including oral and anal sex in the addiction of alcohol and drugs. I say that I was also made to sleep with Mr. Rajiv Shukla, which I later came to know to be connected with Indian cricket. And when I tried to refuse to sleep with Mr. Rajiv Shukla, I was beaten with Mr. Rajiv Shukla and his friends, and I was also forced to dance before them, without clothes and in a nude position. I say that when I tried to open the door and run away, I was caught by Mr. Rajiv Shukla and tied my hands on the bed with his tie. And thereafter, he asked his friends to commit anal sex with me. And thereafter, he also committed rape upon me. I say that when I used to complain him that I will not do it again because it's very difficult, it is like rape, and he used to assault me and used to force me. I say that after first incident of the sexual relationship in the year 2012-13, he also had my photographs and video, and he started threatening me that since he has videos and photographs, he will defame me on social media and in the eyes of my relatives, and he will leave me no place to go. I say that under the instant fear of getting defamed and getting exposed in the society, that I could not raise my voice against him. Now, friends, this is what Rahunuma Riaz Bhatti alleged, that her husband, a hardcore gangster, used her to honey trap his business associates and high profile people. Now, here I'd like to tell you, friends, this is the same thing that happened in the case of Divya Bharati and also Pratyusha Banerjee. Both of them had complained that their partners, Nadetwala and Pratyusha's boyfriend, wanted them to sleep with their business associates. And when they did not, apparently they were eliminated. The wife of this underground gangster, Dawood Ibrahim's aide, Riaz Bhatti, has reportedly filed an application with the Mumbai police accusing her husband of rape and running a high profile sex racket. So you see who all the people are, the people who are involved, cricketers as well. In the requisition, besides naming her husband, the other people she had accused of rape are the Indian cricketers Hardik Pandya and Munaf Patel, senior Congress leader and former BCCI chairman Rajiv Shukla, and one Prithviraj Kothari. Rehnuma Bhatti alleged that her husband, Riaz Bhatti, a suspected gangster, pushed her to have sexual relationship with his business associates and other high-profile individuals. Though Rehnuma Bhatti has not mentioned the address of those she is accused of rape or the specific dates or places where the alleged incidents happened, she has identified Pandya and Patel as cricketers and described Shukla as former chairman of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI. While a purported application to the Mumbai police does not mention any description for Prithviraj Kothari, Rehnuma confirmed that she was referring to him in the application while speaking to the media, The Print. I've been trying to get the police to register an FIR, but they aren't complying. My application was submitted in September. It's already November now, she told The Print, adding, I followed up with various levels of police authorities multiple times. I was told to give some money, but why should I spread corruption? I'm right in my place. They are the ones who are the criminals. Asked for his comment on the matter, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mumbai Police, for the jurisdiction, Manjunath Singhe acknowledged that an application has been submitted, but said he does not have any more details at the moment. How very convenient is what we would tell. Social media user, meanwhile, has taken to Twitter to share a copy of the complaint filed by Riaz Bhatti's wife in Santa Cruz, Mumbai police station on September 24th, wherein she accused her husband, Riaz Bhatti, businessman Prithviraj Kothari, cricketers Hardik Pandya and Munaf Patel, and Congress leader and former BCCI chairman Rajiv Shukla of sexual assault. Now, from the latest that what we have heard is that Samir Thakkar, Samir has been is under police scrutiny, and they've asked him to give himself up. Now, when a person exposes the truth, and these parties, all these parties are involved in it, look at the way they handle these people. He is revealing the truth, and he is the whistleblower. And look at the way Mahavikas Aghadi is acting. Fadnavis had also tweeted about this. And I'm sure, if you look through social media, you will find this tweet. Now, what I want to tell you is that, see, no woman is going to speak in such detail or write a thing to a Mumbai police to humiliate herself. How typical of Mumbai police, which was the same in Sushant's case, Disha's case, Jia Khan's case, Janvi Kukreja's case, they will do what they want. They will not register an FIR. Who do they work for? Each time this is exposed more and more. Okay, back to you, Jen.
Yeah, I'll just share one tweet. Yeah, so this is what Samit Thakur has written on November
Can you make
12th.
it a little bigger?
Yeah, this is the maximum.
Okay. Can you read it out?
Yeah, so Samit Thakur has tweeted in response to Dr. Jitendra Ahwad. So Samit Thakur has just one second on November 12th, that is yesterday at 6:14 p.m. in the evening. I am on bail. The charge sheet is yet to be filed. Anil Deshmukh is in custody. Chagan Bhujpal stayed in jail for 2 years. You are accused in the Suraj Parmar murder and right now out on bail after arrest in abduction and assault case. How proud you are reading this. At
He's
David,
responding to, yeah,
yeah, he's
he's
addressing it
responding
to
to Jitendra.
he, yeah, Jitendra Ahwad. What is Jitendra Ahwad? He's apparently it says housing minister, minister of
Yeah, so he's
housing.
in the Mahavikas Aghadi.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, could
So
you just
that's
read his tweet as well?
yeah.
Could you read his tweet as well? Yeah.
He said that these that is Samit Thakur who was arrested for
He's
derogatory.
made them plural.
No, sorry.
He's made Samit plural, these. Yeah,
Yeah, so Samit Thakur, these are like I'm just you know telling what he exactly tweeted.
yeah, yeah.
So these at the rate Thakur underscore Samit, who was arrested for derogatory tweet, was behind bars for 21 days. Says he's proud of being jailed and is followed by at the rate Narendra Modi Ayan. So that is what you know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, even last year, Samit Thakur was
Yeah,
arrested by MBA for tweeting against Thakre's, right?
yes, exactly. Maya says, Samir Thakur has said he has received death threats for his tweets about Riaz Bhatti's wife's complaint. Yeah. And Rajiv Shukla was a journalist before, says Shilpa. Okay. And Maya Jagannath, September and Pandya still played for team. And also apparently he bought a mansion for an actress. I don't remember her name in I think South Africa or somewhere. So we all know the games these big boys play. So it's coming out in the open. Now, one very important thing I'd like to tell you, friends, since I had spoken about how movies are misinterpreting history, there's another movie that's coming out on December, and the actor is Mohanlal, and the director is the famous Priyadarshan. Okay, we're talking about two Hindus. Okay, who are misinterpreting the whole story, and the movie is based on Kunjali Marikar 4. Okay, now here, see what I'd like to tell you is that unfortunately, this movie is made by two Hindus. That is, director Priyadarshan and his superstar Mohanlal. They come from the Naya community, the community who, with Namudris, were the ones who suffered the most at the hands of jihadis from Marikar through Tipu Sultan to the 1921 Hindu genocide. In an article by Deepa Thomas, she admits that there is little historical evidence to support the claim that Marikar was patriotic or anti-imperialist, but plenty to show that it was he who actually betrayed Zamarin for the interest of his religion. Now, the name of the movie is, let me just look at that. It's called Marikar. One second, hold on. Marikar, Lion of the Arabian Sea. Look at the way it has been titled. Okay, so Jaidev, can you just, if you can show this?
Yeah, see, it's already visible on the screen.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, very good. Yeah. So this is the poster, friends, and I'll just explain how it has been misinterpreted. It's very important that you raise your voices for this.
Yeah, it is also I think the debut of his son.
Okay. Okay, so he's promoting his son also in a movie
Yes.
that is hitting at Hindus. Okay, so let me tell you a few details about it. Jaidev, let the poster remain as it
Yes.
is. So
Yes.
let me just speak about that. A very contentious Malayalam film entitled Marakkar Arabi Kadalinde Simham, that is in Malayalam, is set to hit the theaters on December 2 this year. The movie is based on the heroics of Muhammad Ali, the fourth Muslim naval chief, Kunjali Marakkar, of the Zamorin hereditary ruler of Calicut. It is the most expensive Malayalam film to date, produced with a budget of 100 crores. With just 3 weeks away from its scheduled release, the film has courted controversy over its glorification of Kunjali Marakkar. A Twitter user named Kamath pointed out, funny to see Hindus obsessed with movie Kunjali Marakkar, the Lion of Arabian Sea, glorifying Kunjali Marakkar, who betrayed Zamorin and tried to establish an Islamic regime in Malabar with help from Bijapur Sultan and other Islamists. The movie titled Marakkar Arabi Karlinde Simham is set to hit the theaters on December 2 this year. The movie is based on the heroics of Muhammad Ali, the fourth Muslim naval chief of the Zamorin hereditary ruler of Calicut. It is the most expensive movie. With just 3 weeks away, I would request viewers to please discuss and talk about this on social media. Historian K.V. Krishna Iyer stated, the implicit confidence and the wholehearted loyalty of former days have been gradually impaired by jealousy, fear, and uncertainty. Further, the behavior of the Mopla hero also tended to precipitate a crisis. Success turned his head. He was indiscreet enough to style himself king of the Moors and lord of the Indian seas, and to waylay ships bound for Calicut and levy blackmail. He had even the audacity to cut off the tail of one of the elephants belonging to the Zamorin. And when asked to explain his conduct, he added insult to injury by ill-treating the Nair whom the king had sent. None could number the cruel barbarities practiced by him and his against all sorts and conditions of men without distinction, among others against his own neighbor, the Naya king Orioli, already mentioned, whom he robbed and pillaged and drove from his kingdom. He cut off the nose and breasts of the princess queen and had himself acknowledged as king. At length, puffed up with prosperity, he would no longer recognize the samurai and rebelled against him, refusing to deliver up some vessels of his subjects that he had taken. And when commanded to do so, he set all such commands at naught. Read the brief account of French navigator Francois Pirard de Laval. Swatantrata highlighted how the same naval commander had not only challenged the authorities of the Zamorins, but also attacked the subjects of the kingdom of Calicut. Muhammad Ali also regarded himself as the lord of the Indian Sea and the king of the Moplas. As such, the Zamorins forged a treaty with the Portuguese and defeated Kunjali Marakkar IV and brought an end to the saga of Muslim naval commanders. 500 years later, the betrayal of Muhammad Ali is being celebrated in the form of an upcoming movie, which we just told you about, Marakkar Arabi Kadalinde Simham. Twitter user Kamath also shared an article by Deepa Thomas where it suggested that Kunjali Marakkar was not patriotic or anti-imperialist as propagated in the media. Instead, Deepa Thomas had stated that there was enough evidence to suggest that Muhammad Ali betrayed the Hindu Nambudris in the interest of religion. So here, friends, I'd like to tell you, more and more movies are being made to, sort of misinterpret facts of history. And why I'd like to also tell you this is my husband also belongs to the Zamorin family. So there's a lot of stories that he's also telling us, and we also know how this whole thing has been distorted. So, friends, whoever are reading it, please try to gather as much information about it and speak about it in social media. We cannot accept such distortion of facts. In another very astonishing fact coming from Pakistan, a lady police officer forces a female detainee to strip and dance naked in front of inmates. Now she has been compulsorily retired. Inspector Shabana Irshad at the Jinnah Town Police Station in Quetta, Pakistan, had forced a female murder accused to remove her dress and to dance naked to a song in front of others, which was recorded. And now she has been dismissed from duty after she was found guilty of coercing the female detainee to strip and dance nude in front of jail inmates in the country's southwestern Balochistan province. You will all know, viewers, the Baloch are being persecuted in the most severe manner in Pakistan. The Police Inquiry Committee in Pakistan, looking into the matter, discharged Inspector Shabana Irshad from her duties for misusing her authority. After the matter had come to notice, Deputy Inspector General Mohammad Azhar Akram had ordered an inquiry against the Inspector Shabana Irshad, and ASP Parigul Tareen was appointed to investigate the matter. During the inquiry, ASP Parigul found the inspector guilty. In a report, she said that during the investigation in the murder case, the inspector was found guilty of negligence, misconduct, misuse of authority, and immoral and non professional behavior towards her duty. The probe found that the inspector forced the accused to remove her dress and to dance to a song. A video of the act was also recorded. The report added that the inspector, Shabana, formed her team as per her own choice without any written orders. The inquiry report had recommended a major punishment for the officer. The incident happened at the Jinnah Town police station in Quetta. Accordingly, Inspector Shabana has been awarded compulsory retirement from police service as punishment. Reacting to the incident, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Quetta Mohammad Azhar Akram, said the inquiry found that the lady inspector had arrested and brought a woman to the police station for questioning in connection with the murder of a child in the Jinnah township of Quetta. When the woman was in police remand, a lady inspector, Shabana, not only stripped her naked, but also forced her to dance naked in front of others in jail. The lady inspector had nothing to say in her defense, and she has been retired forcibly from the service and dismissed, Akram said, adding that the victim has now been sent to jail custody by the court. This cannot be permitted when a female inspector treats another female in this manner and abuses her authority. To protect women detainees, even in jail, we have made it essential for them to be questioned only by female inspectors, the DIG added. Reportedly, earlier, 5 female cops were sacked from jobs in the same case. Bushra Afzal, Huma Faisal, Uzma Nasreen, Farah Khalil, and Samina Mansoor were sacked for meting out inhumane treatment to the female accused during custody. In the month of July, Pakistan's parliament passed a bill criminalizing torture and preventing custodial killings by police or other government officials. The bill stated that if a public servant whose duty is to prevent custodial death and custodial sexual violence either intentionally or negligently fails to do so, he or she will be punished with at least 7 years imprisonment and a fine of rupees 1 million. Senator Rahman, after approving of the bill, said Pakistan was finally on the way to criminalizing torture. So this is absolutely disgusting, and apparently they took action immediately, so which is one good point that they did. Meanwhile, I'll leave the line open for you in case you'd like to join us. So just a second. Yes, I've just put it. If you'd like to join us, please do join us. And meanwhile, we'll also, Jaideep, take some comments
Yes.
from, yeah. So Nisha says, Mohan Lal and Priyadarshan are best of friends and have done many super hit movies together. I wonder what this trend of changing narratives for movies. Here, I think, Nisha, producers have changed hands. I know what you're saying. Earlier, they did make some very good comedies, and those comedies were very entertaining. But here, I think the producers have changed, and there is an agenda, in place here. Is Underworld of Kerala too pumping? Exactly, Shilpa. So you're right on the dot. So well said. Shilpa says, is Underworld in Kerala pumping in money for producing movies? Yes, the producers are. Maya, Baloch is against China turning their land into a Chinese outpost. Yes, they are the most persecuted lot. It's very sad, whatever they're doing to the Baloch. Good evening, Gurbinder. Let Khurshid now talk about this and try to connect it to Hindutva. Won't be surprised if he does it in his next book. That maybe 30 years later. Just now. Can't imagine the plight of women in such parts of the world. Yes, like I told you yesterday, every time Pakistan loses a cricket match, they abduct Hindu women, and they abuse them. So it could be sexually or otherwise. Let's take some other comments as well from friends.
Yeah, don't, Rahul Dhanpat,
Yeah,
don't forget Gatya Chakravarti. She's also involved in many things. Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah,
But I mean, like recently, she got her bank accounts defreezed, and they've returned her laptop and all those mobile phones. So that's sort of a negative in the SSR case as of now.
yeah. Meanwhile, Karthik says the Shiva temple at Nanjangud is actually that of Nanjandeshwara, the one who swallowed the hala. Yes, yes. Thank you, Karthik, for that information. Welcome, Sudha. Rahul himself is a poison which is eating up his own party. Yes. Maya says halala was not quoted by Rahul. He must have got confused to halal of Islam. Sudha, your views yesterday on Candid Meena channel were excellent, Karthik. Yes, well spoken, Karthik. A lot of information comes in from Karthik, who seems to be also an avid movie watcher. Sonita, but essence of Hindutva has been around forever. Why is everyone suddenly so interested in making it an issue? Here, Sunita, I'll tell you that there is a big agenda to Islamize the world. And behind this are certain forces. And I would say that also destruction of India is on the agenda with people like Soros. People who are controlling the world and who have so much of money that they pump it in to create toolkits. So that's one thing. Shilpa, to speak about Rahul is a waste. He's absolutely ignorant and, sorry to say, even a duffer. Shireen says 7 hours grilling of Bacha indicates NCB has some aces up its sleeve. Yes. The riots and tense situation in Amravati is very dangerous since MVA is keen in making Maharashtra into another Bengal. Well said, Maya. Victoria, I love the fact that you always, thank you, Victoria. Welcome, Rahul. Jaydev always comes with a wealth of information.
Thank you.
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, justice for SSR. Apurva says, press conference by Fadnavis looks like he's alarming the other party. He should not disclose such stuff, but directly file FIR. Well said, is how I think. It makes things look fishier than it is. Vinny, can we all ignore Nawab Malik's daily bakwas? He will stop flying and once come down on earth, he will never even show his face. Yes, very, very well said, because if he is ignored, he won't have an audience at all. Anuradha, imperative that truth of manipulation of movies is out. Yes. If we don't protect our culture and traditions, we will soon be fossilized history. This is happening in such a big way, Anuradha. We, as you would have noted yesterday as well, and so many movies being distorted and to present, our culture in a totally alien manner. And people are not protesting. Very few people are doing it. Karthik, who gives permission for cruises to operate? If it is any specific ministry of the center, they should also be questioned about the permits, isn't it? Yes. And if the funny thing is, Karthik, the day after the raid, immediately they were back on cruise. They're not scared of anybody. The cruise, the ship manager or the director. Just now, relief for Wankhede, yes. Good point regarding India Today. Anita, yes. Mickey, great news cause it shows that they wanted to stop Samir with lies. Not happening. He's still involved in clearing up drugs. Yes. Monali, absolutely right, Jaydev, regarding India Today. It seems a clear conspiracy against Samir sir. Yes. I had high regards for Shekhar Gupta, but I'm really disappointed with the way he has turned India Today into. Yes. He's a man I've never admired, Karthik, because he's always gone into fake journalism. Shahneez Henry, greetings and God bless you, Meena and Jaydev. want to ask whether arrest of Aryan Khan is a cover up for something big. It's not a cover up, it's leading to something big. And the Samir Wankhede, is it a distraction from the drug case? No, absolutely not. They just wanted him out of the way, that's all, so that they could continue what they do. And NIA's involvement, yes, because the security of India is at risk. So NIA is involved in this, I'm sure.
So I'm no, I mean, like, I think NI is not officially involved.
Yeah.
NI is involved in the Antilia case right now, but right now the
No, but I
fully
think,
NCB.
yeah, I think
I
they're
mean,
they're in the background.
fully NCB is involved officially.
Yeah, but in the
Yeah.
background they are there because it's all linked. When
Mm.
you're talking about Vaze or Deshmukh or Paramveer, they're all linked to this cruise and underworld. So I'm sure all the agencies are helping them, not visibly though. Yes.
Yeah.
Maya, you rightly said, Meena ji, about Kerala, which has reported the first 11 cases of norovirus. Yes, God knows why God's own country seems to welcome new viruses first in the country along. See, they don't. They want to dissociate the state from India. So that is the agenda of these people. Please understand that, and that's why they terrify Hindus to make them leave their homes. And all this love jihad, everything is but only for this purpose. Rahul, Nawab Malik, lol. Yes. Mickey, it's sad when India Today news has to stoop. Yeah.
I mean,
Naga,
I would like to add one comment. Entertainment is a very powerful medium for the Indian youth. So, if you can push your agenda indirectly through entertainment, then half of the war is won
yeah,
by the
one.
anti-national
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah, well said. Nakab Malik pawn in a way. Yes. War, yes. Maji, I feel more international travelers visit Kerala, and hence the cases are more there. Even COVID was first noticed in Kerala, first, I think. No, but there's some other dicey, agenda as well, Karthik. What Maya said was right. Sonita, lol, Nakab Malik. I call him Kabab Malik.
Kabab Malik.
Maya, maybe communist state agrees with communist China, which is sending virus to Kerala. Yes. Victoria, they will do everything in their power to protect Aryan Khan. Nisha, hi, welcome Nisha, always nice to see you. Aranya, welcome. Yes, let's take the other points. Jasna, yes, they know he would get to the bottom of things. Samir, yes. Sunita, but so what if he went to Dubai? We'll all go for holiday. You all, yes, it's not a very far away destination. All the nonsense started happening in Kerala ever since the holy shrine of Shabrimala was dragged into so much of nonsense. The sanctity of the shrine was highly compromised. Absolutely well said, Karthik. And many people have, had problems after that because there is a supreme force also active. N sales lawyer always there with him. They'll all sail off in a cruise. Nisha, yes, he's called Kappa. What the hell an honest officer has to go through? What hell an honest officer has to go through in this country, Jasna? Unnecessarily. Honesty has a price in our country just now. Thanks, Bino, for taking up this news of Miss Patti. Yes. Modus operandi of the drug traffickers and money launderers is to create a fake controversy about Arnab and Samir battling drugs and anti-nationals, to make false allegations, have them cast aside. Yes, well said, Sona. As Jaydev said, guard is down while we watch series and movies. The agenda is gradually and deliberately and easily pushed. Anuradha, yes. Yeah. Hotel Trident and Intercon. We go to these places with family. Yes. Jasna. Cricket is yet to be exposed. It will be another shocker after Bollywood. I think we've revealed a lot in the IPL stories, Jasna. So it's already started. Ever since IPL came. You remember we spoke about how these people, the cricketers, get their remuneration as cash. That itself shows money laundering is in the process.
Now,
Sudha.
yeah, I just want to hear on a funny note that I think yesterday all the Indians supported the Australian cricket team when they defeated Pakistan.
Yeah. Sudha says the fact that a gangster's wife is making all these allegations is rather suspect. No, I don't think so, Sudha. See, here, this happened in September, okay? And police did not register the FIR, okay? So it was not now, it's not recent. What it has been raised now, but otherwise this has been not even noted by anybody, none of the mainstream media. And whatever it is, if it is the truth, these people have to be jailed and adequate punishment needs to be given to them. And the party is also asked to resign, you know, the party heads. Mohan, good morning, welcome. Riaz's wife says she was used by her husband as honey trap to lure for influential people. Here, Maya, see, this is the same pattern that's happening with everyone. You know, for example, we can't openly speak about it without proof. But if you look at actresses like Katrina Kaif, or you look at Jacqueline, you would have seen how many partners do they change. There is something there as well. So, and they keep saying that she's going to get, Katrina is going to get married to Vicky Kaushal. It's just a figment of someone's imagination, because Vicky and Vicky's father and all say that there's nothing like that. So this is to give a sort of a pure status to Katrina. Actually, Katrina has been changing boyfriends like clothes. Same with Jacqueline, and same with so many other girls. So there is an agenda here, which we cannot clearly say because we don't have a lot of proof on that. But what this Riaz's wife has said is absolutely true. Look at Ria, Ria Chakravarti. What was her role? What is the role of this girl who was with Siddharth Shukla? They will not admit it. So, Nita, how can a husband force the wife to do this? This is not a man. This is not even a human. We're talking about a Don's aid. They are into everything from human trafficking to pedophile, everything. I mean, they are just they don't have any boundaries, Sunita. No channels have courage to raise the issue of Miss Bhatti. Absolutely, and it was only Op India, that's done it. If you look at even Republic, they've not reported it. And the one who always keeps shouting, what is his name, Jadip? Who was with Pradeep Bhandari? He keeps shouting. He hasn't even said anything about this. Why? Why is there silence in certain quarters? Who's this poor lady? Oh God, what a shame, yes. Though we cannot put anything past the likes of Shukla and Hardik Pandya. Yes, the lady I spoke about was Misha Patel. You remember the actress who acted with Hrithik Roshan in her first movie? So this man has a glad eye for her as well. And it's reported that in media that he gave her a mansion somewhere in South Africa, Rajesh Shukla. Now we don't know because we have not read any details about that, but it has been reported.
Yeah, this is one. Jacqueline has a long history of boyfriends who are rich and powerful. There was some Prince Sheikh of Abu Dhabi or some other Middle Eastern kingdom.
Qatar,
Yeah, and then followed by Sajid Khan and Salman Khan and also Imtiaz Khatri, right?
Yes, very important. This sheikh was a Qatari sheikh, and Imtiaz Khatri, and then you remember, don't forget, Salman Khan took her for a show to Rajasthan. And you remember the chief minister, Kamaluddin, what's his name, Jadip? Kamal. Forget the name himself, Kamal.
Who?
Kamal, yeah. The chief minister there, the way he was eyeing Jacqueline. She was, wearing very flimsy clothes, and he was just looking at her, like a voyeur. So this whole thing is so disgusting, Sonal. Sorry. Karthik says, there cannot be smoke without fire. The case should be properly investigated. We must get to see more skeletons tumbling out of the closet. Now, see here, Karthik, I would like to tell you one more thing. He was caught in a very big land scam, Rajiv Shukla. Okay, and because of certain political, people in BJP, I suppose, would have helped him get out of it. He was involved in a big scam. I mean, you can't be in Congress without doing scams. So that's a fact. Vinny, unbelievable. Yes. What kind of devils walk amidst us with normal faces outwardly? These are the guys who are celebrated or hold high positions. Yes, BCCI head, standing with Shah Rukh Khan, standing with Priyanka Vadra, with Rahul Gandhi, with Sonia Gandhi's blue-eyed boy. Karthik, do we trust Mumbai police to investigate? Absolutely not, Sunita. And that's why no FIR was done. Nisha, well said. Yes. Welcome, Sushant. So much corruption with these individuals, they stoop so low at any cost. Shame on them. These women need justice. And here, when you say that, Mickey, let me tell you that, see, Dawood had a relationship with Mandakini. You remember the actress who was there in Raj Kapoor's movie? He was apparently involved with her. I don't know whether he married her. Later, he discarded her. Now she's happily married to someone else, I think a Nepali gentleman, and she has a son. Now, look at the way they treat women. Use and throw. That is their policy. So why are we not surprised with this case? If they have business transactions, for them, women are just objects to use and throw. Anita, we must continue to raise our voice for Mrs. Bhatti. Yes. Well said, Anita. Nisha, exactly. These so-called high society people are really low level in mentality. Jasna, I wonder why there is no cognizance of her complaint, no investigation when it comes to high-profile people. See here, Jasna, I'd like to say, on social media, I had addressed the same thing to Prime Minister and to Amit Shah and asked why this is happening. And if this is happening in cricket, it means IPL is a corrupt game. Where corruption is there, then it should be banned. Okay, now he has to take it into consideration, even though his son isn't a part of it. If there is transparency and Modi ji wants transparency in his team, then this has to happen. If Amit Shah's son has to leave the position, he has to leave it for the country's sake. You cannot play with these things. Yeah, Jade, can you take the next comment?
Yeah, so there's one comment is these actresses are not actresses, they are selling themselves to the highest bidders. Yeah, absolutely, Sonal. Yes, thorough investigation, totally unbiased and unhindered is needed. But will it happen? Yeah, see, this is a very important question, Nisha. Totally unbiased investigation. Now, since everything is, very high profile, like you're touching the drug cartel, you're touching the mafia, you're touching the politicians. So it is a very, very, difficult, to sort of, I don't know. I mean, like, it is very, what do you say? I'm not getting the words. I mean, it's like for a honest officer like Samir Wankhede, if he's finding it so difficult,
Yeah.
so facing so many hurdles, you can
Imagine the
imagine
common man.
for other officers like in investigating agencies, how much of hurdles they'll have to
Yeah. Yeah.
face, right?
Karthik says Rehanuma should be given complete security and should be given the opportunity to talk more. Yes, absolutely. Welcome, Renu. Maya, complaint filed in September. Until today, well said, Maya. They were hiding it. And now that it's come out in the open, they don't know where to run. Apparently, Rajiv Shukla was contacted, by media, and it was said that he's not in town. So he must have also absconded like Parminder Singh. Parminder Singh, yes. So everybody's now into hiding. Rajiv Shukla was a journalist before. Samir Thakur has said he has received death threats for his tweet about Riaz Bhatti's wife's complaint. And I'm sure it is coming from political parties. Maya, September and Pandya still played for Team India. Yeah, so strange. And they were under the effect of alcohol, they say, when they gang raped her. Nisha, wonder if Rehanuma has any protection. Yes, Nisha, we are also worried about that. A brave lady who has come out, you know, and asked for justice. Amisha, yes. Shukla brought a mansion for Amisha Patel in South Africa. Yeah, that's what we heard, but we don't know. But I've seen Amisha Patel in his election rallies for Congress. Standing in a truck with him, and he looking at her in a very sleazy manner. Is it Marika? Yes. Shilpa, how sad. I even doubt Yuvraj Singh's mother. The national award winner, isn't it? No, the movie is only releasing in December. Government officials get away with murder. It's nothing new. It's happening for years and still going on. We need a complete overhaul, and all political parties and politicians should be scrutinized.
Yeah,
Well
here
said.
there's one important comment. Mumbai police has an annual festival called Umang, where the actors and actresses show up. It has become an official way of providing protection to the entertainers in exchange for money donations.
Yeah, here I'd like to say, Sonal, since you said that, I'd also like to say that there was a friend of mine who was in the customs in Mumbai, and they were checking these actresses who came with large bags full of stuff. Could be gold and jewelry and all that. So when they were caught, what was their stand? They said, "We don't mind sleeping with you, just let us go." One of the top actresses said that, and she was released. You see how these people are.
Yeah, I think
We should
that's
boycott these
time
cricketers.
up for yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a few more, and then we should boycott these cricketers. This lady should get justice. We all are with her. Absolutely, Purnima. Yes, Karthik, you must read about it. He was a jihadi. An equivalent is as making a film on Tipu Sultan. Yes, but Jay Shah is, yes. Then he has to resign. If IPL is a big sham and these cricketers are all up to sorts of these sort of things, then they have to do an investigation. Very sad to see Mohanlal stooping to this level. Yes, I was such a big fan of Mohanlal. Wonder why these stars change so much. Monali. Very true, Maya Man. Karthik, and this film won the best film national. No, Karthik, this movie is only going to release in December, so uh, there's no award for this. It's just going to release amidst the controversy. Movies have a huge influence on audience, and it's a very powerful tool to twist facts and float false stories. Yes, Justa. Will they make films on the Travancore Kings? They will not, because they're Hindus. Yes. Who is the producer of the movie? Yes. Amisha Patel is the actress. Sad and regrettable to compromise truth to promote a movie career. Jaydev, could you just look at the poster and tell us who is the producer of the movie?
Yeah, it is
I think
Roy, CJ Roy, and some Kuruvilla, Santosh Kuruvilla.
Kuruvilla. Yeah, but I think that's only
Yeah.
just a front for some other names.
Yeah, according to the posters.
Yeah. Sad and regrettable to compromise truth to promote a movie career. Yes. I think some Bollywood hand in this using big names like Priyadarshan and Mohanlal to get audience views. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
so
produced
like
by, okay,
on that
Karthik says it's
comment,
produced by
wait,
Mohanlal's
sorry,
ex-driver.
sorry. On that comment, like Bollywood is using now the popularity of South Indian film industry to, get its power back. That's the like second strategy now.
Yeah.
They're using names like Prabhat, Mohanlal,
Yes.
and all those South Indian film stars like
Yeah.
Yash.
Okay. So that's all now for friends for today. We'll see you tomorrow with another session. Thank you for always joining us and giving us your useful comments. Good night.
Right.